Hi everyone, it's Teresa. How you doing today? You're ready to play with some clay. We're going to make a couple of mixed media pieces and just some plain pieces, okay? Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some wire. You don't have wire, don't worry about it. Toothpick. That's going to be our hole poker. Something to roll your clay out with, something to cut your clay with, some wire tools, paintbrush, Decou-Page, permanent ink, and some tissue. Yep, we're going to have fun. Alright? I have some of Lovey Barb's beautiful tiles that she made. I'm going to include them in the clay. Let's have some fun. Well, I'm going to start with some brown. I have not preconditioned this at all. That's okay. I like to play. You're going to need a tile to bake your stuff on too. Sorry about that. This is just a glass mat that you get. You can get it in the kitchenware department. But I got mine at Michael's. Well, you know the deal. I got it cheap. And I'm taking some pale pink, which is the color is rose, light pink rose. It's Craft Smart. This is Fimo. And the one thing about clay is you're going to have to use scrap clay to get the dead stuff off your hands. The fuzzies and things like that. Sometimes I just don't worry about it because I tend to paint my stuff and I don't really care. Now if you're doing this professional, you would care. It's been a while since I've played with clay, so it's going to take me a minute to get my crumbles mixture together here. And no worries about that. I'll scoop it over here so I don't get it all in the block of clay. It's been awfully warm in here today, and it takes a while for the Fimo to really warm up. That's why it's crumbly. And you'll see now it's starting to pull together. So you just pick that up when you can. So I'm going to go around and pick it up now because it's starting to warm up. That's the one thing with Fimo, is some of it, the firm kind, can get really firm to where it doesn't want to blend easy. That's where you have warm hands and a cold heart. The lighting is going to be a little put off because it gives a glare onto the glass mat, and I want you to see what I'm doing. Now, if I were a smart Teresa, I would have preconditioned the clay, but that's no fun. We need to condition the clay. I'm going to wipe this down here in my mat, which I cleaned my surface all clean, all nice and pretty, because I'm going to get it that's got paint on it. The contact paper has paint on it, and I've yet to get to a dollar store to replace it. It will happen. Now you're going to see that the crumbs are all picked up. They're in here. See my hand? It's going to turn your hands color, so you're going to need baby wipes. Probably the best thing to do with this would be to stop and wash your hands. You're going to hear some clanking. That's what happens here. As you can see, it's been not used in quite some time. And I like that idea, because Fimo gets a little crumbly, like I said, if it's not used, or warmed up, I mean. So what I'm going to do, is I want more pink than brown to this. I'm going to add another bit of this Craft Smart, and even that's crumbly. That happens when it's warm. And if I have to, I can go out and add a clay conditioner to it, but all it really needs is just to be worked with my hands. Just a little working with my hands. I might add just a little spritz of water to my hands. As you can see, there's a blue mark there. I'm not going to worry about it. So we're going to paint it or do whatever we want to it. Takes a bit to warm up, as I'm pretty sure you're aware. So I want you to see this in real time. I don't want you to panic and go, my clay's not cooperating. It takes time. The longer it's sat around, the more you're going to have to work with it just to get it to open up its flavors. Don't worry about it. You can do it. I'm just rolling it back and forth with my hand, making a worm. kind of squeeze it together here. And what I like to do when it performs like this is I like to cut it like that. Ooh, that is cool. I like that. That's pretty. And I like to go in and smush it to make sure that it's all incorporated, because you can see how it pulled cleanly apart. It is far from being conditioned. So how have you been? Have you been doing well? Welcome to Tuesday. Tuesday, clay day. We're going to be being... Let's start that over again. I feel like I have a 30-second conversation like you do out in the living room. I have to hurry up or scream. Are you looking forward to Clay Tuesdays? See, it happens here. This is good when you're grumpy. You can squeeze it. Pretend it's somebody's head. Do that a lot. But anyway, gonna keep rolling it out. And we're gonna roll it out like that. And we're gonna turn it this way. Now you can use whatever colors you want for your heart. We're just working on making a heart today. But right now we're conditioning our clay. It needs to be conditioned. It is far from conditioned yet, as I can tell that the ends, like this, are not conditioned yet. It's getting better. Very few crumbles this time. Not pretty though. I am not using any cookie cutters. Nothing fancy. We're going to do this our old-fashioned way and make it our way. Now I have little pieces of glue in here I should have cleaned off, but I didn't really know I had any on there when I started, so that happens. So how have you been? You been well? You been sassy? Well, I know that New Zealand's starting to get spring as we're going into fall, so yay Maggie! And Wendy's in Australia, and I don't know what their weather's like. She doesn't leave me comments on the weather. I don't know. So I hope your seasons are all going great, that are changing. And we continue to play along, shall we? Now I know it's 7 minutes into the video and you're like, all we've done is condition the clay. Sometimes it takes that. So I don't want you to flip out on it. No worries about that at all, okay? Oh, I'm loving this. This is pretty. Now, if you want a uniform thickness, you would put rubber bands on the side. But you know that's fussy and I don't like that, so I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to do it. So what I'm doing is just making sure that it's all nice and neat and rolled out. Pretty. You could use a solid color with this if you want. I don't want to use a solid color. To me that's boring. And I'm just gonna roll this together one more time because it's starting to get to that sticky spot. Reach over and get my rubber stamps I want to use. Polka dots. Yep, polka dots. Roll this in a ball. We're going to shape it, bake it, and come back and we're going to decorate it. How cool is that? Now I have old necklace chains that are broken that I had bought for 10 cents in a big box. And they have charms on them that are cool. You could put clay in that and have fun. We're just going to have all kinds of fun. Yes, we are. Going to be a long video, as they all are. I have to have somebody to talk to. You hear that on a daily basis. It's like I'm right here, and I don't want to talk to you. I'd rather talk to somebody else, and that's cool. I've always been the one that's been ignored and tossed aside and not talked to, and I get that. That's why I like this stuff, because it'll talk back to you if you treat it right. I'd rather do something with my hands and perform with art than to stand there and be somebody I'm not with the conversation. I'm not very polite when it comes to that. I've had enough blowhards last my lifetime. You ready? Teresa's being mean. No, I'm not. I'm just playing with you. And take a toothpick. If you want these for eating, you might want to pull out some before you stick your hand in there. I don't do that. You ready to draw? Alright, I'm going to do a wonky wonk heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in and I'm going to draw it right like this. Yep, you can see perfect. I'll lift that up for you. See? Perfect. I knew the wire was going to hit the floor. I gets in a hurry. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm working in a backwards way. Don't worry about that. We'll shape it beautifully. So now I'm going to just come in with a shaky hand, lift and pull that away. Okay? I'll show you. Move this around like this. Okay? Pull with the tip of your blade very carefully, like that. Then what I do is where I stopped, I'll cut it off and pull it off, put it to the side. The same goes for over here. Take it as small sections as you want. No worries. Alright, loves? No worries. Now I know what you're worried, but Trace, it's crumbling. You'll see. It's going to do that. Because I'm rushing it. Well, actually what it is we cut it with a toothpick. And the toothpick does that. So, you just pick up and you pinch. Okay, so now would be the time you would put your tile down with your heart. Alright. And you're just going to, I'm going to take this, hopefully my hands will cooperate, and I'm going to just gently, oh so gently, smooth it in. Sometimes it helps if you get your hands wet. I know, you're like, it's clay, why would you get your hands wet? It'll make it easier to smooth. Just like that. Do you see how much easier it is? That is really pretty. Alright. Get my hand wiped off here. I lost my towel. Just like I lost my brain. Alright. Now, see the heart? It's not perfect, is it? That's because it's homemade. And we like that. Now, if you're worried about this, just pick up your clay roller. Roll over it. No worries. Okay? You can just knock it back like that. And then if you press it down onto your tile that you're baking on, you just roll it like this. Alright? Now that's thinner than 1/4 inch, and that's okay. This size is going to be just fine. Because I used a firmer clay with a softer clay, and that works beautimous. What I'm doing is I want to make sure that I have it where I want it. I see it's cracked a little there. Just going to go in with my finger and buff it out. Just like that. See? No worries. Who are you going to give your heart to? I'm not giving mine to anybody. I give it to all of you because you give me love in return. But as for anybody else, I'm never giving my heart away. I get hurt so easy. It's not fun. It's just sucky. Alright, here we go. What are you doing? We're going to take raw clay. Yep, here you go. Here's your bravery test. Are you ready for this? Permanent ink. What? Yep. Permanent ink. Look what it does. Congratulations, you're learning. Yeah, babies. You are a-learning. And it cleans your stamp off too, because it'll take all the pigment off. Me love it. You're like, what? You just went crazy. Yes, I did. It's a good kind of crazy. Now, you could add your embellishments and things here, but what I recommend you do is you bake it, okay? So I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to bake it, and I will be right back with the finished product. Well, it won't be finished. We're going to do stuff to it. We're going to be mean to it. I'll be right back. I lied. Sorry, we're back. We didn't bake it yet. There's something else I want to do that I forgot to show you. I'm taking a rubber stamp because I lost my brain. And I'm just going to take the word stamp. I'm going to go right over top and I'm just going to press. No ink. Alright? You'll see that there's words and indentations and things like that, and I like that at all. I really like that all. Sorry, not at all. Oh, goodness. Goodness. We're going to do another heart while we've got this out. I was being silly trying to rush this, and there's no reason to rush it. We're just going to have fun. And when I tell you we're having fun, we're going to have fun. So what you're going to do is you're going to set this aside for the time being. It's not going to hurt itself or anything. You're going to take your remaining clay, or new clay if you want, and we're going to make another heart. Okay? Don't you worry about it. We'll get you there. Now you could blend this into one solid color and make a mauve color. I like the marbled type thing, and I'll send this out in Happy Mail too. I love to send Happy Mails. I have to get my booty busting on it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like trying to rush a video and there's no need. Tell I have a life like that, huh? Hurry, hurry, hurry. Quiet your face. Alright, I'm quiet. So you don't want to do a heart, you can do circles or whatever you want to do, but right now I think we're just going to focus on the heart. Because that's where we're at. Ooh, and I'm really liking the way that looks, aren't you? Pretty, pretty. Alright. You guessed it. We're going back to our toothpick. Wherever I threw it. Knowing me, I threw it on the floor. Poor Teresa. And let that sit before we poke a hole in it anyway. It's best to let that sit. And I'm wasting toothpicks. Can you believe it? That's okay. These aren't for eating anyway. Alright, here we go. Let's do craziness. I love to do craziness. Get away from me. Yeah, that's the thickness I want. So I'm going to go right there. I'm going to go down a little deeper. Perfect. Yep, perfect. Throw these over here. Duh, it was right there beside it. Now I've got two to work with. Yippee for me. I'm going to pull this up for you to see. Another heart. You want to knock all the crumbles off now, go ahead. Because it's coming from the toothpick. Not the wood part, but because of the drawing of it. We could have drawn with the stylus. Don't be afraid to bend your blade to get a perfect curve that you want. But I'm just having fun. I'm going to go right here. Get that out of the way. I'm going to go right there. And I'll make more of those clay pieces later. I'm going to slightly curve it around. This is going to be a wonky heart, and I don't care. E-I-E-I-O. Teresa does not have a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on her farm, she doesn't have any trolls at all. E-I-E-I-O. There, I sang to you. Can't get me in trouble for that because I didn't sing the real lyrics. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to just press my edges in and down a little bit. Need to reshape my hearts a little bit. I'm not going to worry about it. You see me trying to grasp it. It's not always easy on me paws. But, oh, I'm having fun. Alright, now I'm going to move the blade. This blade's dull, so I'm going to just touch it like that, but you please be careful. Alright? Seriously, be careful. I don't want you hurting yourselves for art, because then it's not fun. My hand wet again. Shake off the excess and come through here and smooth it down. Oh yeah, that's a pretty heart. I like them funky. The funky hearts give the best love because they know what it's like to be heartbroken and hurt. There's nothing wrong with that. People like us who've been passed over for everybody, we understand it. We know what it's like. And we're good with it. It makes us mean and cranky. But I'm not cranky. I'm sassy. I'll pick out another stamp. This one with textures. Textures. I'm going to take this. No, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm going to use one I haven't used in a while. Maybe we'll use the swirls of the heart. Oops. See the heart? Yeah, we're just going to now it has swirls. Yep, it does. Alright, that is just too pretty for words. Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm making sure that the colors I have on here I like. I'm not going to worry about it if I don't like them, because we can always fix it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of this chain off. Wrong one. I'm going to use the black one since I have black dots in that. And I'm going to go right there and cut a little more off. Are you ready for the fun part? While this is still raw, as you can see, some of the lengths are coming off that I cut. The broken bits, I should say. Come on, hand. You're going to figure out where you want to lay your chain and then press it in there. See? Yep. And time to put more pieces in there. I'm going to put more pieces in there because I like it. Wish I had another one of these necklaces. I'm going to have to go looking in junk bins or make my own, I think. Yeah, right. Me make jewelry? Plain Janes don't make jewelry. Alright, here we go. So we have chain there. And then I'm going to add, I'm going to divide this, not add, dumb, Teresa. Get my hands to cooperate. I'm going to just, I don't have jewelry making scissors or crimpers or anything, so I have the guy paw tools. And let me tell you, when you're trying to work with tiny hands and big tools, it doesn't work. Okay. There we go. So I have this piece here. I'm going to put this piece right in that corner right there. Yes, that's pretty. Oh, pretty, isn't it? You're like, When are we going to see this done? You will see it done soon. Okay. And I think maybe right over here we'll leave. Actually, what I want to do is kind of put it like that. Let's go for it. Shuckle bums. Let's go for it. Now don't worry about your clay distorting. We can come back and fix it. So you're going to see it has chain in there. Okay? I like that a lot. I'm liking the chain in there. We're going to put some chain in this one too. Yes, we are. Which one are we going to use? I'm going to put the old ball and chain in this one. Yep. This has balls on it. I'm going to put, I'm going to do the same thing. Yeah, I'm going to just kind of put it right like that. Now, you're going to use your Bacon Bond, or if you have regular glue, you're going to use it now. We're going to take care of it here in a minute. And then I'm going to add another round of that. I don't know if I've counted right, but heck, we're not matching, are we? Nah. You can get fussy if you want a matchy match. I don't want a matchy match. I just want to put some pretty cute embellishments in there now. Before you say anything, we're not done with these at all. We're still working on textures and inclusions. So there's no harming and no fouling. Alright? Now I'm going to grab a piece of this glass. I can hear you go, what the heck are you doing? What the heck are you doing? You'll see. Trace, it's gonna melt. I know. I like that. Wow. In fact, I'm gonna put that right there. Yep. I'm gonna put it in that one. Pretty. Yep. Then I'm going to I didn't put that in there right. See if we can pick it up. It's gonna fight me. Okay, great. It picks up. I'll move that down a little further. Just like that. Then I'm going to put the stylus right there. Poke a hole. And then see the hole? Yay! That one's got a hole. We're going to put an inclusion on this one too. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one right here. See the hole we made? How perfect that is? Professional, professional. All you do is just do tiny holes, kind of move your clay while it's raw. Don't worry about it. And then I'm going to put, I want to put that one in there. You're going to hear some noise outside. My neighbor's mother has cancer and they're potting it and out there and doing cocaine. So when that family gets sick, it's nothing but a 24/7 party. It's pathetical. So what I'm going to do here is put this piece. Yeah, right there. I'm not worried about matching colors. We're going to go around and fix what we don't like. And I'm going to push that in there because I can. And I like it. As you can see, they're pretty hard to push out. So here are the hearts that we have so far. And I'm going to use some tissue paper right now. What? 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 Yeah. What? I need some napkin. Decou-Page. Is it gonna last a minute? No. We're having fun. I'm gonna put this clay in a bag. And we're gonna do 2 projects today, 2 hearts today. So don't fret and stew, it'll be fine. Okay. Move this to the side, move that over there. Move my wires. Then I'm going to take my tissue paper and take some pieces off of it. And then we're going to do some words on here. What? Yep, words. Word to your mother. Text stamp, permanent ink. Tissue paper, we're ready to go. Alright. Come back here, tissue paper. Just going to put this all over the top. Like that. And I don't know how much we're going to need. That's okay. Make more than you need. Don't want to run out. Okay, here we go. Let's lose our mind. Open your Decou-Page. Get you a brushy brush. You can use whichever brushy brush you want. I'm using just an old one. So we're using the napkin. And I'm going to go over this lightly. And just use my finger. Take the tissue paper right over the top and put it on top of it. Alright? As for the other pieces on it, they'll pull off. See? You're going to have a little bit of wording with some transparencies. Alright? So you're going to go right here. I'm going to use the piece that I pulled off. I'm going to pull it back. And I'm not going to touch Livy Barp's item. I'm going to just smooth it in with some sealer. You can use book text on these. You can use whatever you want. There is no worries. See? You're just adding a little bit of wording, a little bit of texture. It's really a lot of fun. I recommend anybody to do this. This is great. I'm having a time of my life. We're just playing. And the word was upside down. And you can read it, so and go up to your little bubbles there and let it go around. Just like that. And push in. Okay. Do you see what we did? Yeah, I know. Tissue paper and polymer clay? Absolutely. Why? Because it's fun. We can. Alright, I'm going to just cut this down a little more. Come right up through here. And then add a little more right through here. And I'm going to go right around the side. Yep, I like that. I'm not hurting it at all. See? Oh, that is just cool beans. Probably should have used a single color clay for this, but you know, I like to break the rules and do it my way, or the highway. And I'm going to put that right there. Alright. Yeah, just like that. That sets my world on fire. Now you're going to see there's a little glue here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right over the chains that we put in there. Alright, now I have a fixative for this. I like to use either diamond glaze or triple thick. And this is going to be fine to seal these in. But as an added protection, I would do it anyway. And I'm going to remelt the beads that she made. Her little glass tiles of CDs that are awesomeness. And we'll be back. Just putting these in here to keep the beads in there. Alright. We'll be back with the finished product that's almost finished. And do a little bit of coloring on there. We have all the time in the world. And we'll be right back. Hey everyone, we're back. This is finished. And if you find that it's hard to get under the clay when it bakes, you just scoop it with your knife. These are done, and I did not wait for the decoupage to dry. I just threw it in the oven. You can see all the texture and the pretty pretties on there. The chain is in there to stay, as is this beautiful tile made by Barb. And if you're looking for the tissue blends in, and you can see words right here that we put on there. This one will show you better. We stamped the tissue and put it on there. You can see the little words around it. We're going to do some rub and buff on this, let it dry, and I'm going to seal it with triple thick glaze, because I don't have any diamond glaze. And we're going to do another heart. We're just having fun. Metallic Lustres and champagne ice. And this is where your creativity is going to be really fun. I'm just going to go through where I have the texture that I want. See how it's popping up the stamping that we did? Doesn't take much at all for this. And it's going to have an effect on your clay, which I think is really cool. I'm going to take my towel here and I'm just going to lightly rub it back. You're going to see all of the words that we put on there. I'm going to go a little more right here where I see a little extra pink. Because I want this to shine like nobody's business. I'm going to go around the edges. Yep. Going lightly around the edges. And that is a piece that once I seal it, I am so sorry about the glare. Once I seal it, will be permanent. And that is your first polymer clay piece that you've done with mixed media stuff. We've done techniques on this you're not going to believe. Let's do this one. It's bigger and we'll see more. And go through and lightly get some on my fingers. Having issues getting some on there now. Okay, here we go. And go lightly over the areas. And it's just going to pop things forward. You're still going to see the words, as this one has a lot of texture. Now, if you don't have rub and buff, you could use your eyeshadow before you bake it. It's not going to harm anything. I just want to get in here, get them on my finger, put some of this beautiful texture stuff on here. Texture, listen to me. Pop the texture forward, Teresa. And all of this is on to stay. I'm going to go around the corners and we're going to rub and buff. There we go. And then when this is set or dry, I'm going to go after it with the triple thick glaze. I had to look in the cabinet what I was thinking of. And you can go right over areas and you can buff all that off your chain if you want to keep it black like I did. See? I guarantee if you try this technique, oops, I see something online. I see something needs to be fixed. We'll fix it right now. Take a little brush and just go right here. Yay! It had too much of the original color showing. No, it doesn't. We fixed it. These are pricey for $7.99 a piece, but they are so worth it. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm going to clean my hands off. Now you'll see that we have the colors coming through. The chain is attached. The words are still there. And it's finished. Congratulations. You did your first polymer clay heart. Yay! Let's set that to the side. Clean off my hands real quick. And I'm going to roll out another one. Only we're going to use a solid color this time so you can see what's going on. Remove that brush, put all that stuff aside, stick my fingers in my water bin because I've yet to buy baby wipes. Alright, look at us go here. And get that off there. Otherwise it'll get onto the heart. Now, I have, are you ready for this? Hot pink. Hot pink. And I started warming this up. Cleaned off my brayer. Or my brayer, listen to me. My acrylic rod. I cleaned it off. And we're just going to make sure this is all nice and heat set. We're going to do a puffy heart. Because I think y'all want some puffy. Show you how to place another hole. Have some fun. We're not going to draw this one. Nope, we're not going to draw it. We're going to form it in our hands. But we need to get it nice and warm first, so it's pliable and it's almost there. And this is the stuff from Walmart, the 99-cent clay. It's my fave. You see how it's crumbly right there? It's not anywhere near ready yet. Pick it up, squeeze it in your paw-paws. Show it some hate. Show it some love. Whatever you feel. I am really impressed with those hearts that are going to go in Happy Meal. Yay! I love making things for people. I'm going to soon open a shop and start selling my stuff. And we'll have some fun with that. What can she do next? I have no clue. Are we going to use this whole big piece of clay? Yes, we are. And I'm just making sure. See how the edges are starting to come together? You're getting less cracks. Like this. You're starting to warm up your clay. Yep, that's what it's all about. And I'm squeezing the dickens out of it. Move this over so you can see a little better. Now I'm going to roll it on the surface of my glass mat. And if you'll notice, I scraped some of the glue off. It was needed to be done. Alright, let's get started on this heart. Having fun so far? Oops. I'm having a great time. I'm having a blastifer. Alright, here we go. Okay. And keep rolling it. Rolling it like it's dough. Like it's bread. You're going to get a ball. Okay? Perfect. I'm going to pinch one corner, flatten it out. I'm going to stick my finger right here. Well, that looks like a wonky heart. We're going to form it. And I think the piece of clay is too big. That's why I'm going to cut that in half. We'll make 2 today. Yeah, how exciting. And I'm going to use a pencil. I know everybody has a pencil. Probably use a pen. Like this. Oops, taking the lid off. That's not fun. Okay, you're going to roll it again. Because it was way too thick. It would take hours and hours and hours to bake. And trust me, friends, you wouldn't like that. So I'm going to take one end and make it narrow. Just a little. Pull it over. It looks like lips. And then I'm going to take my pen. Make sure that I have my pen there. Alright, like that. I'm going to flatten it down a little. Make sure I still have a majority of the heart. I'm going to come in and squeeze. Just like this. Then I'm going to press down. I'm going to squeeze. Press down. Like this. Okay? Now I know what you're saying, Teresa. You'll see. This is a process of fun. I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to take the pen and I'm going to roll it. This is where having cookie cutters comes into play. You could really knock off a lot of time here. But we're having fun with limited supplies. And that's what it's about. Alright. Then I'll do this side. Flatten it out. Push and pull, push and pull. And I have a piece here that does not want to fade back. That's okay. We'll just keep working it. Just kind of roll your pen. There you go. It worked. Now if you have really long nails, you're going to probably poke the dickens out of your clay. And if you like that, that's okay. You can always smooth it with your pen. I'm going to take my acrylic rod for this. Here we go. I'm going to just gently pull and pinch. Okay? Just like that. And I can push in and down to form more of a heart if I want to. I see I have a piece of glitter in there. Texture. Alright. I'm going to keep fiddling with it. Making sure I have all the nail marks out of it because I did poke it with my little fingernails. I broke them off cleaning the art studio. That's okay. Now you're going to make your hole for your heart here before we even add any texture. I'm going to take a paintbrush. I'm sure we all as artists have paintbrushes. This is easier than a pen. I'm going to throw that back there. I was trying to find a rolly tool that we all have on our desk. A pen and a paper, or paintbrush. Goodness gracious. I'm having one of those nerve-wracking days today. Alright, there we go. So it's going to be a little wonky, and I like that. I think it's cuteness when we do that. Alright. Ooh, I do like that a lot. Sometimes it's easier just to roll it like this. And I'm really trying to get my nail marks out of there. And if you don't want fingerprints, you're going to probably want to wear gloves. Okay? Let's just be honest. I'm going to use a rubber stamp on this. I have to find the one I want to use. Arrgh. I don't want this one. I'm sorry. Oh, here we go. Let's use this one. This one's just little leaves. Okay, you're going to put that in there. You can use water right at this moment on your stamp, and if you have a problem having it released from the clay, you could also use talcum powder or cornstarch. Alright. Ooh, texture. Whoops. Texture. So I'm going to move this stamp in areas. I'm going to kind of go over it a few times. Okay. Now I'm going to take another one. I know what you're thinking. What the heck is she doing? You'll see. I'm going to take this one that is all kinds of stuff on there. Place it over the top, and I'm going to just lightly, so you can see I've got clay in my nails. Press that down. And we have us a really pretty clay charm. You could use flip-flops for this. You can use whatever you have on hand. Okay? Now, let's say you want to wear this as a pendant, but you want to poke the hole through the center. You can do that. Just lightly go in. Make a hole as far as you want. I went about, my hands are beating me to death, I apologize, the coffee today. I went about that far. So, as you can see, the hole is made. All you're going to take is some E6000 glue, or super glue, and put your wire in there. And you'll be fine. No worries. But I want to add just a little bit more texture because I touched it and now I ruined it. But not really ruined it. So what I'm going to do is take that stamp I had before, which is this one, and I'm going to go in over the top. I'm going to take that big one like this, and I'm going to just put it in areas like that. And it is absolutely perfect. See how it has the texture? Now you're probably saying, now what do I do with it? Well, let me help you out. I'm going to add black to it, I think. Let me see. No, I'm going to use polished coral. Yep. I'm not adding any embellishments. Now, you would use eyeshadow for this. I don't have excess eyeshadow. I apologize for that. And before I even bake it, I'm going to add that to it. And it's going to tone the hot pink down and make it beautiful. Just like that. Oops. Do you see how it's changing it? I have too much on my hand there. And go around the edges before I bake it. I can come back after it's baked and add more. You're going to need a delicate touch for this, because if you don't have a delicate touch, you'll probably ruin your shape and all the hard work you did. And I don't want you to do that. Okay? And you just tone down the pink with a rub and buff or metallic luster in this case. And you have yourself a really pretty locket without having, well, to spend a lot of money. That 99-cent piece of clay has been used for 4 other projects, and I'm going to wipe my hands off here. We're going to bake it and do a little more to it. Okay? These clay videos are going to be a process video, so I hope you understand why they're super long, is we're probably going to do 3 or 4 projects of the same variety. But I see something here I want to add. I want to add another one of these to it. But I'm trying to see. Yes. But I want to blend the colors in a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my metallic lusters here. I have quite a few. Thank you, Decou-Art. I'm going into my iced espresso and my brilliant turquoise. I'm going to take this metallic luster and put it back. Stay put, please. Alright, let's do some fun. So this has blue and has a little bit of brown in it. Okay. I'm just going to go over in areas with a different color. make it so that you can see what I'm doing. Do you see how pretty that texture is? Just by adding a few different colors of this onto a hot pink clay tile, you'll never really know how pink it was. Okay, I'm taking some espresso brown here, and I'm just going to lightly go over this area. Just like that. In the center we have coral blush, we have turquoise, brilliant turquoise, and iced espresso. Okay? So I know what you're thinking. Where's she going with all this as she's itching her nose talking to us? Like we're craziness. Well, hold on a minute here, get my hands dry. I'm going to turn this around. You're going to pick a place that you want this. You can go in the center. That looks good. And I'm going to push that right in there. Did you see how I did that? Do you see how the colors change with the pink? And Barb gave me these tiles and I'm using them. I think we need some chain. Do you want some chain on there? I think we need chain. Yep. I have another chain around here somewhere. That'll be a dickens if I can find it. I must have put it up. Nope, it's right here. So we have this little ball chain. I like that. Let me see. Let's measure. Let's be professional. And okay. The professional won't last long because you know I'm just going to mess it up because I like it. Okay. I really need to get some professional jewelry making supplies. And we have one too many. So I'm not going to waste it. I'm going over here to my bin. Cutting that down. And I'm going to put, like there's a picture inside of the heart. My hands are very numb today. That happens when I work on clay, by the way. I should have used my pasta machine, but I didn't, and that's okay. There we go. We got it to work that time. Simple piece of junk jewelry. I bought, and we closed her hole. Yep, I know that sounds gross. Dirty minds. Come in and just make another hole. Make it not too big, like I just did. But we'll make it fit. And then if we have to, we'll just add clay over the top. No big deal. I will show you what this looks like after it's baked. I will be right back with that. And we're going to say goodbye then. Probably add a few more finishing touches. We'll be back in a minute. Alright everyone, we're back with the finished clay. I'm going to show you some things real quick. You're going to need your E6000 glue. This pulled right up. Okay? No big deal. You're going to take, I put my toothpicks in it. Sorry about that, loves. Having a day. There we go. Set them aside for right now. You're going to open. Okay, if I can get it open. Let's hope I get it open. I tried to talk to my dad about cleaning the tip off. He borrowed it and he sealed it shut, and I could just cry right now. I wish he would have listened because he sealed it shut and now I can't get it open. Men need to think, you know. I lend you something out of my art room. I anticipate the fact that you're listening. And I tell you, it's going to seal the lid shut. I'm not playing games. I mean, come on. Look at this. I can't even get the lid open. There we go. Do yourself a favor and keep your glue to yourself. Alright, so you're just going to run a bead on your Q-tip, or your toothpick. I'm sorry, my brain's not working. Just run that right through there. And this stuff stinks, by the way. And just lay that down right where you had it. I have a piece of fuzz mine came with on the table. And it's gone now. And don't worry about that glue showing through. It will be fine. I'm going to clean this off real quick. And I'm going to put the lid back on. So I have some on my table right here. I'm working this week on making a homemade tripod for this, so you'll be able to see my hands as I do things. I know you've been deprived. Alright, here we go. I'm using heavy wire for this heart because of the size of the hole. Alright? Let's see if I can bend this. This ought to be fun. I cannot tell you the gauge of this. All I know is it comes in the automotive department. And this sucker isn't going anywhere. Believe me when I tell you, it ain't going anywhere. This will probably have to be hung on a wall because I made a boo-boo on the sides. I'm pulling it away for a second. I'm having one of those days with my hands. I should not have drank my second cup of coffee this morning. There we go. And I'm going to trim this down a little more. Now it's going to take me a minute because it's so darn thick. There we go. Whew. So you see the hole that we have made, right? It was a little big, so I went to a thicker wire. You're going to get your hands to work. Go right in your glue. It's already trying to dry. Get your hands to steady because I'm beating myself to death. Alright. And just stick it in. Okay. And it's going to set up nice and firm. Take your toothpick and go around just the outer parts of it. Okay, just like that. And now we're going to, can you guess what we're going to do? Yep. We're going to have fun. I'm going to throw that in the trash can. I'm going to clean this up because it's messy. It won't stick to your mat. Your mat will clean up fine. I'm going to do that right away though. And we're going to varnish these. Now you can use whatever varnish you want. I want to use my Soft Touch varnish on it, and my next round of clay that we do next week, we probably will use it. We're going to get kooky fun in here. Save your bits and bobbles of your wire. If you're a mixed media artist, you can use it in everything, or you can even use it in your clay. Now, let's take a deep breath. Triple thick. Best friend in the world. Alright. You're going to need some plastic wrap, wax paper, to go over your lid because it will seal itself shut. It's not fun when it seals itself shut. Okay? I'm going to get a little water on my brush. Probably change that brush out for something else. Here we go. I found one. Okay. I'm going to do these first. You can do front and back. It does not take a lot of this. And you're just going to lightly put it over everything. Everything. Yeah, I'm slapping it on there. I don't mean to do that. I'll pick it up. I go around with my finger. Make sure it's all in there. And if you get it in the hole, just take your Q-tip or your brush and go over it. I'm going to go right over the tile that Barb made. I'm going to make sure it's all protected. If I feel like it needs another coat, I'll go in with another coat. And this will seal all of the product that you put on there. I'm going to pick it up without dropping it. And you're going to see I have a little bead of it right there. And it just takes one light coat. And that piece is finished. I am so proud of you for what you've accomplished today. I know clay is very scary as there's many rules and things with it, and a lot of people don't understand the rules. And simply put, whatever you use on clay, you don't use for food. That's it. The rest, we can make it our way. we break the rules in art, we break the rules with clay. That's all I can say. I don't like to follow rules. It makes me mean. I'm just playing. But I think with art, we need to just let it be what we need it to be. And with that, we had fun making some mixed media clay tile hearts. Yes, we did. And this will dry just as clear and beautiful and shiny and thick as you want. I've had that jar for 2 years and only used about that much out of it. So, it's well worth the money. I'm not sponsored by them. And they barely know I'm alive, I'm sure. But that's okay. Do you see the shine that you put on there? Now, if you don't like the shiny shine jewelry, like I said, we'll do a soft touch varnish. And what that means is it'll be flat or matte or satin. Okay? You don't have to have sparkles and everything. Now this booger is still drying. I'm going to go over it anyway. See the shine that it comes through? We'll do a before and after. There's a before on the left and after. Or a before on the right and after on the left. Goodness gracious. I've been getting my left and rights confused. And I know my left and rights. Okay? We're just going to glop this on. And none of it was hurt in the making of the tile. I'm going to hold it right there when that glue's not dry yet. So I'm just going to hold it like this. Go around the edges. It takes about 24 hours for that to lock in tight. Now normally I would use super glue, and I forgot that my super glue was in here, but I didn't want to mess with it the way my hands are shaking today. I'd probably end up gluing it to my nose. I have days where my hands just beat me crazy. Alright, I'm going to add just a little more to this side. Doesn't take much. And this will give it a very pretty glass finish. Now there's texture glass, liquid glass from Decou-Art that will do the same thing. You can put Rangers over the top of it. You know what I'm talking about with the Ranger stuff. I have that over here in the corner. Anyway, the world is your oyster. Clay is versatile. Clay is fun. And the rules and the regulations are just simply put, have fun. Make sure if you're going to put something in it like this, you glue it, let it dry, and varnish it. And all your work will stay. So you want to see what it looks like on the white tile? I will show you. We will pick it up and put these on the white tile. Do you see what you did? So easy and so fun. You made your very own puff heart. Your thin little, I don't even know what you would call those. The little flat hearts. You did it all. I am very, very happy to bring this new series to you on my channel. My blogs will have tips and tricks, and we'll put the list out on Saturday, what you need, and the class will be taught on Tuesdays. I am really looking forward to this, as this is going to be a lot of fun. And remember, if you don't have a lot of money for different clay molds and things, you can get a mold maker yourself and take your embellishments you have around the house or that you bought and make your own. The world's your oyster, kiddos. I want to say goodbye here and say bless may you be in your life. Bless may you be in your journey, and thank you for blessing me with your presence. Many loves and many hugs to all of you. Have a great, safe evening. I will see you tomorrow for an art card. Oh, I give you a hint. Stay safe, my loves.